Yeah, what a game. Hello guys, welcome back to another video, and this is the reaction to the final. PSG 5, Inter Milan nil. That was a massacre, a one-sided game. I've seen so many games, but I've never seen so many one-sided game like this. Of course, the heart and celebration goes out to Unai Emery, but I'm gonna make it this video a bit different because I'm gonna really look at where Inter is coming from, and also come and look at where PSG is coming from, and try to weigh which team was actually with an upper hand over the other one. So let's get into this video. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the connect, the best way you can support us. So Inter just on in 1 week just lost two cups, losing to Napoli in their League Cup on the final day of the league, which was just last week. Was it Saturday or Sunday? Then this week, Saturday comes in and lose to PSG, a well strong and a very strong PSG we just saw, who by the way won their League Cup, I think almost 2 months or a month back. They were really ready for this. They had players ready, not doing anything, preparing for this. Mental physique, on an honest opinion, you could see that's where this Inter Milan team died, as well as they just could not keep up with the energy that the players of PSG had in them. They just could not keep up. They tried to defend, but that midfield was overrun, outpassed, that they just could not produce anything. That's where Inter Milan lost this game. They were overcome, and you can see mentally they were really checked out. They really checked out, and it was really clear. We saw it in the game, the way they were trying to approach the game, how they were trying to push the pressure going forward, trying to take advantages of the spaces opening up, but they just could not, because there was just this unity that PSG was showing from the backwards going forward, and then the strike force, that strike force of Caravasqueria, Dembele, and Due is just unstoppable. One thing that people never really highlight or maybe give some respect over are the runnings that some of the players put out in the game. And I think today, when we were watching today's game, we saw so many runnings that Dembele was doing in opening up spaces for his players. The passes, the way he was dropping in to make it difficult for that big three line of Inter Milan to have an idea who to actually follow between those three, because every single way where Dembele was going, he was receiving the ball. And also the other problem which we saw very clear was how, and I don't know if people really noticed this, Hakimi, the way he was becoming one of those strikers. Sometimes it felt like it was a front four against the back three. So you could see that the way Luis Enrique is able to create this team to make sure that they take advantages of the spaces, put pressure in numbers, make sure that they have a front four plus three players who are midfielders who are doing 1-2 passes, making sure that the balls are coming with the front four, and the way they movements that they do in that confusion just made the back three, at some point the back five of Inter Milan, look so stupid, not knowing who to pick out, who to stop, and how to stop it. And that's where I feel like the game was lost. The other manager had an idea. They tried to keep up in the first 10 minutes, but after those 10 minutes, they had already been overwhelmed mentally and physically, that they were already tired. They were still in this game just because it was still a game. But to be honest, watching it from the outside, PSG had already won this game before Inter even did anything. And that's really important, that sometimes you need to sit down, watch the game again, not really watch it from the fact of the distraction and what, but just watch it from the point. These kids of Enrique, who I'm telling you they're gonna be here for some time, had they are very good with the passes. Vatinha, um, Jao Neves, and I think that one is Femini, if I'm not making a mistake. Remind me, they are so energetic. They're still young and they work well. They join well with the strike force of PSG. Due, 19-year-old. Caravasqueria, I think, is 22 or 23 or 24 years old. And Usman Dembele, I think that's the oldest, maybe 25 or 26. The energy that this team has is just unbelievable. And at the back, they have a defense, by the way, whatever people are going to tell you, that defense is a back three. When they're on an attack, that defense is a back three. They make sure that they remain the left back pulls back and become one of the back three. While you see, is it Fompong or what? I forgot his name. One of the defenders, and Marquinhos move in, and Marquinhos covers Moluwe. The player of PSG goes forward. I'm talking about. mm, the right back who scored the first goal. My brain just went blank. But it is a back three. So it's a back three and three in midfield and the four strikers with the right back playing as one of the strikers. How do you copy with that? Unless you are tactically alert and understanding how to block and how to stop those things, you will practically look so useless. And that's exactly what we saw in this game. And that's you have to give them praise really because this PSG beat the champions of England and Liverpool, beat the second team in Arsenal, beat the team that is in the Europa League next season in Aston Villa, beat some of the teams and to get to where they are. It has not been an easy, but they get to fight. They had to fight to show that they're the best team right now in the world. And now that makes me think of Kylian Mbappe leaving them last season, saying that he wants to go achieve the Champions League and stuff. And where he's living, that's exactly where that success is coming from. And now that makes me think of the situation that had to be building up in terms of Luis Enrique losing his daughter, every single thing that just played to make this game even more emotional than it was supposed to be. All of these things just made sense. And at the end of the day, they got the victory that they deserve. Let me just read you to what Luis Enrique just said. I do not really know what he said. This from Golasso, and this is the thing that he said. Luis, in talking about the toughest opponent that he faced in the Champions League, he said there were few matches this season that tested us. Liverpool, for example, made things difficult, especially in transition. Aston Villa, too, were one of the most organized side we have ever come up against. Look at how he's talking about the two teams that, oh my God, I just remember. I didn't hear Arsenal. The best team in the Champions League has not been mentioned by Luis Enrique. Oh my God, Mikel Arteta is not gonna be happy about this one. But look at it. He's telling you how the teams were like. The other teams were walking the park. I'm telling you that highline of Barcelona, they would have had an amazing time against. They need to work on their defense. That's one thing that if you've ever learned from Luis Enrique, it will make sense. Liverpool tested them on the transition, knowing how to pick pocket the time, knowing to take advantage of what something that we've been seeing from Arne Slot this season, knowing when to take the opportunities when they open up, hit them on the transition, take advantages of the spaces that is opened. Organization, Unai Emre, well known for setting up a team that can do so. Those are the toughest tests. Look, he did not even mention the team he beat today. They were playing a back three with the four midfielders and the three strikers up top. And he did not see them because he had already outclassed them tactically before they even got into the game. Inter could not do anything to go forward. Mentally, they were really, really exhausted. And it was very clear you have to feel for them. You really have to feel for them because in the past four seasons, I think they've gotten into the final two times and they've lost all those two times. And it seems like they've also lost another league before this one in the final day again for the second time. So you have to really feel sorry for them because it has not been an easy time. But all the accolades, all the celebration goes to Unai Emery, to Luis Enrique and PSG. They deserve it. By the way, I've literally gone 9 minutes without talking about the player of the moment, Desiree Doué. This kid literally ran the show. One assist, two goals. He literally finished Inter alone. They just could not copy with him the passes, the movement. I think Inter, they were reminded of Lamine Yamal because if you watch the way he plays, it feels like that at some point. It feels like that's how he moves, like Lamine Yamal, and you just have to put your hands up, and that's what makes football amazing, exciting, and we saw it live on HD here. And I want to hear it in the comment section. What did you think of the performance of today? Who impressed you the most? Is it Enrique's tactics, or is it the team that actually performed? Let me hear that in the comment section. Like that video, subscribe to the connect. Always important. That's the best way you support us here. TFC. We'll be back again with another one. We'll see you on another video. We are out. Peace. Subscribe to the connect.